The 2023-24 season delivered thrilling moments, but now the league's elite face a new challenge: how to stay on top. With rosters evolving and key moves being made in the offseason, these teams know that staying ahead requires constant adaptation. The competition is fierce, and every move counts as they prepare for another run at the championship. What will they do to keep their edge? Stick around, like, and subscribe for everything you need to know heading into next season.
Ends tonight here. It's over. Time to say it again, Boston. Anything's possible. Banner number 18 has been secured. The Celtics are NBA champions.
The Celtics steamrolled through the 2024 playoffs, losing just 3 games on their way to their 18th NBA championship. With their core players locked in for at least 2 seasons and Jason Tatum expected to sign a Supermax extension this summer, Boston's attention now turns to repeating and pulling ahead of the Los Angeles Lakers in the all-time title count. With their top players under contract, Boston's foundation remains strong. However, the Celtics do have an Achilles heel. They lack any real squad depth outside of their top 6 guys, major injuries to some of their key players, and suddenly the Celtics begin to look very undermanned. While this isn't as big an issue with such a talented roster, most of whom aren't known to be injury-prone, it's still a thing to be aware of, especially since those 6 guys will need to play a lot of minutes this season.
Melton lobs it ahead to Harris, gets the deep catch, and the swat! Horford, and another block!
We only need to look to the Warriors' catastrophic end to the 2019 season to know that just because something is unlikely doesn't mean it's impossible.
Official. Now the Warriors just inbound, and that's it. There's a new NBA champion, and it's a team from Toronto, Canada. The 2019 NBA champs.
Despite these uncertainties, the Celtics are in a prime position to defend their title and solidify their position as the best team in the NBA.
38 points here in the third quarter. They've cut it to 11. Jokic just gets it off in time. It's up. Oh, it's good! Of course it goes in! Jokic from downtown! Anthony Davis just stares at him. 12 assists. Even the desperation shots go in. Extraordinary.
While they weren't as dominant as other defending champions, Nikola Jokic and the Denver Nuggets were still elite in the 2023-24 season. However, their playoff journey ended earlier than anticipated, getting eliminated by a rising Timberwolves squad.
Murray has it. He'll fire up a prayer. That's it. The Timberwolves have knocked out the defending champion Denver Nuggets. They are advancing to the Western Conference Finals for the first time in 20 years.
Despite the setback, Denver's roster, led by the reigning MVP Jokic, still positions them as one of the top teams in the NBA and a perennial title contender. The 2024-25 season brings added intrigue with the arrival of former MVP Russell Westbrook. How he fits into the Nuggets' rotation will be a key storyline to watch in training camp, especially given the fact that Russ hasn't had the biggest success since leaving the Thunder. As long as Jokic remains healthy, Denver's championship window remains wide open, especially with key players Jamal Murray, MPJ, and Aaron Gordon, the team's core, still under contract. However, the Nuggets must improve their bench depth. The Nuggets rely heavily on their starters, most of whom struggled in the playoffs, especially in critical moments down the stretch of games. Fatigue could be considered a key factor to this, but questions are also being raised of whether these sets of players are good enough to go all the way, and if just maybe the Nuggets need to make a move to shake up their roster.
Here comes Jokic across the lane. Off balance shot. Gordon right there to put it in.
The Nuggets have a lot to prove this upcoming season, and it's going to be really interesting watching how their season plays out.
Lillard gets a step. Lillard, and it goes! And one for Damian Lillard.
Wow, what a debut.
The Milwaukee Bucks have struggled over the past year, particularly because their two major additions, star guard Damian Lillard and Hall of Fame coach Doc Rivers, have not performed up to expectations. These moves signal an all-in push to secure another title with Giannis Antetokounmpo still at the peak of his powers. However, Milwaukee must now figure out how to maximize its new core. Rivers is already overhauling his coaching staff, and the Bucks will need to refresh their supporting cast to complement their star duo. Giannis and Dame haven't played together often, with Giannis being injured for a lot of the season, leaving Dame to carry most of the offensive load of the team, something he understandably struggled with being in a new team and environment. But the new season brings with it new opportunities and questions, particularly how the Bucks fill the gap left by Jrue Holiday, whose departure leaves a significant hole on the defensive end. And like all contending teams, the Bucks' lack of depth on the bench will need addressing, as a strong supporting cast is essential for a deep playoff run. The 2024-25 season will test how well Lillard and the Greek Freak can gel with a full year together under Doc's guidance. The pair will also need to be healthy for this to work, as they have struggled with significant injuries of late. Together, the pair are a force to be reckoned with, but separately, they are simply not enough. The East is stronger than it has been in years, and the Bucks will need to be at full strength to make a case for the championship.
That's a nice rebound. It's a 2-on-1. On the break, Isaiah Joe size it up. Green throws it down. Wow.
Oklahoma City Thunder made significant strides by addressing one of their biggest weaknesses, rebounding, through the signing of Isaiah Hartenstein. They also bolstered their perimeter defense by trading for Alex Caruso, solidifying their presence as one of the most formidable teams in the Western Conference.
As Powell also back in the game for LA. Oh, Shea just blew it.
Having already set a record as the youngest #1 seed in NBA history, the Thunder now have the league's full attention as they continue their meteoric rise. General Manager Sam Presti is in an enviable position, with the team projected to have $33 million in salary cap space and a treasure trove of future first-round picks and swap rights. This flexibility gives OKC plenty of options to make further moves and build on their success. While they've already added Hartenstein to solve their rebounding issues, the Thunder still have a significant playmaking problem, with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander the only true shot creator on the team.
Trying to bend that Denver defense. A step-back three action. SGA's got his second.
How well the team matures offensively will dictate how well they progress in the playoffs, especially when the Shai is inevitably doubled and other guys need to make plays. Oklahoma City is perhaps the best positioned team heading into next season. Title contention is undoubtedly their goal. All eyes are now on how the team develops and how Presti uses the trove of assets available to fortify this up-and-coming powerhouse.
10 seconds left in game 5. Maxey fires! He's got it! Tie game! 8.1 to play. 41 for Maxey. 3 seconds left. Brunson, 2 seconds. Brunson at the horn. It's blocked. Overtime at the Garden. Philadelphia is not done yet.
The Philadelphia 76ers once again faced disappointment in the playoffs, largely due to Joel Embiid's ongoing injury struggles. Entering the offseason with the second largest cap space available, the 76ers wasted no time addressing their needs. They signed Paul George, a player they had been linked to for a while, and secured their future by extending Tyrese Maxey with a long-term deal after a very impressive campaign in which he took a lot of the offensive load off Embiid's shoulders.
Maxey, 11 points, 3 assists. The crossover, the drive, the layup, shot deflected, and it still went in. I've got to see the replay on that.
Looked like Maxey's left hand got it.
Butler goes in hard.
Additionally, they re-signed skilled wing Kelly Oubre Jr., and the loss of Tobias Harris isn't something anyone is going to lose sleep over. All the 76ers have improved significantly, having the talent to compete with and beat any team if Embiid, Maxey, and George can stay fully healthy by playoff time. But that's a significant if. While the addition of Caleb Martin alongside George bolsters their rotation, how well they utilize the players around them will be crucial to their success. The stars are going to be the focus, obviously, but you need all 5 guys to win games and all 15 to win a championship. The 76ers championship hopes hinge on the health of their stars and whether their lineup can hold up when it matters most.
Conference Finals 2-zip with 2 road wins, 9. What a play by Edwards!
Are you kidding me right now?
Despite their elimination in the Western Conference Finals by the Dallas Mavericks, a series much closer than the 5-game outcome suggests, the Minnesota Timberwolves head into next season with a lot of promise. This is largely due to their consistently elite defense and the continued rise of emerging MVP candidate Anthony Edwards, who adds another year of experience to his already impressive resume.
18. Edwards on the steal. Edwards, oh, what a move! To the...
Minnesota's defensive prowess has been a cornerstone of their success, giving them an edge and something to build on. The popular saying goes, defense wins championships, but you still need to score. And though Edwards' rapid development into a bona fide star further elevates the Timberwolves' prospects, he is going to need help. The Timberwolves need the other players to assist in carrying the offensive load if they are to make it further into the playoffs. Edwards' ability to take over games, coupled with a strong defensive foundation, puts Minnesota in a prime position to make an even deeper playoff run next season. As they continue to build around Edwards and hone their defensive identity, the Timberwolves look ready to take the next step toward becoming a legitimate title contender.
Previous game was only 4 of 13 from behind the arc.
Here's a 3. Bang! There it is, number 11. Dante DiVincenzo, a new Knick record for most threes in a game.
After a tremendous season, the big question for New York is whether they can maintain that same level of success with their current roster. Isaiah Hartenstein was a breakout star at center when Mitchell Robinson went down with an ankle injury, but his performance may have increased his value beyond what the Knicks can afford, given their early bird rights limitations. The Knicks have a window of opportunity this year, with Brunson on a very good contract and Julius Randle possibly coming off the books. They are one to watch in the trade deadline, as the Knicks aim to solidify their case to be recognized as contenders and build on their recent success.
Jeffries, here's a Chua. And the foul. Emphatic slam.
The addition of Mikal Bridges and the re-signing of OG Anunoby have elevated the New York Knicks into one of the top-tier teams in the East, especially when it comes to challenging the Boston Celtics.
Middle of the pack 3-point percentage, the Knicks, is Bogdanovich with the reverse.
The moves may allow the Knicks to match up effectively on paper with Boston's potent perimeter play on both ends of the floor and match them up well in terms of skill and size. With Jalen Brunson emerging as an all-NBA level talent, together with the depth of their roster, the Knicks could make a lot of noise in the upcoming season.
At the buzzer, he did another. A terrific year for Pritchard. Hauser caught fire in the finals. And now Dallas will dribble it out. This crowd on its feet, the best team in basketball all year. It's over. Time to say it again, Boston. Anything's possible. Banner number 18 has been secured. The Celtics are NBA champions.
The Dallas Mavericks face immense pressure after a rather unexpected playoff run, reaching the NBA Finals. While it didn't click immediately, everything fell into place just in time for the 2024 NBA playoffs. Kyrie Irving stepped up as a leader.
The defense by Lively, the run by Kyrie.
Oh, my goodness. Here, look at Kyrie switching hands. Oh, in the English.
While Luka delivered an MVP-level season.
He was left out to dry, basically.
That is so true. That is a tough place to inbound the ball. Oh, Luka.
Now, the Mavericks' focus is on improving the supporting cast around their dynamic backcourt, and they wasted no time by signing future Hall of Famer Klay Thompson in free agency. Heading into the new season, Dallas is already considered a contender in the Western Conference. Thompson's movement and elite shooting present an exciting complement to Luka's ability to draw double teams, but he remains a bit of a wild card. Meanwhile, the defense, especially with Luka and Kyrie on the floor, remains vulnerable. Still, despite these flaws, underestimating them would be a mistake. Especially if they manage to find their rhythm, the Mavs need to prove that last season wasn't a fluke and that they are here to stay. And as such, they will need to live up to the incredibly high standards of last season. Kyrie and Luka need to maintain the outstanding levels they set last season, and Klay needs to be much better than he's been of recent in Golden State. Lively and Washington will also be drawing a lot more attention than they did last season. Everyone needs to step up. The Mavs are no longer going to take anyone by surprise, and with the level of competition in the West, they will need to be at their absolute best to be able to make it through again. That's it for today's video. I could not mention some teams that some would feel should be on this list, but you can mention them in the comments section. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for more exciting basketball videos.